So I'm sitting here reflecting, which I feel like I feel like I am under a mandate to rest and to reflect and to slow down and to be still. And when I'm on the other side of the mandate of the stillness and all of this, I probably will write about it and talk about it in more detail. Um, but I was just sitting here and looking at my cats, um, who are now getting along. They didn't get along initially. Um, and both cats were sitting in my lap, and I was petting them. And then Benji started licking Maya, and she was calm. And it just hit me how, like, my child and my cats can borrow from my nervous system because I am regulated. And I am regulated because I did some major work, and I am continuing to do that work. Um, and so my like a couple of months ago, my child broke our television. And then it was replaced, and then, like, maybe a few weeks ago, he broke the second television, right? So now we don't have a TV in our home. And so, and then I was like, well, let me let him use my laptop. I was set up the laptop for him, and he poured milk on my laptop. So we don't have my laptop. And I have my phone. And yeah, I do scroll on social media and look at YouTube, but I spend a large part of the day listening to music, listening to books, and being present with myself, my thoughts, and my beings. And as I sit here just thinking about that, I'm like, oh, this hasn't been an easy season. Um, a lot of times I look at growth like in a linear way, like, and I don't feel like I've experienced growth in the ways that I typically measure it. Um, Numbers is how I typically measure it. Um, but right now, I am experiencing a peace that passes all understanding. And I'm experiencing gratitude. And I'm experiencing a degree of, I don't have to understand, I don't have to know, like, acceptance of the fact that I know in part. Um, and increased faith that, like, everything is working for my good. Um, when I'm in rumination and when I am, like, in my head in a way that isn't helpful to me, I've been, like, recounting the reasons why moving back to Greenville almost a year ago was one of the worst decisions I've ever made. And that's how I was looking at it, and that's what I was saying. But then, how could that be so? Because my child has had a chance to have a better, fuller relationship with family and experience his papa and his uncles and his cousins. And I've finally got cats, not one, but two cats. And the second one wasn't even a plan. It was like the universe said, the universe. It was like God said, I'm going to give you double for your trouble. I have experienced so much joy from the little kids in my family, like Jory and Easton and Aislinn, Aria, Azariah, Callie. Like I get to be immersed in that energy, and it's so good. And my body got to learn how to get out of flight because I had to come back to the place where I started and go through the things. And I thought it had broke me, right? Because of how my mental health deteriorated this summer. But then I went through PHP and I went through IOP, and that was for my good. Because I don't have to carry all the stuff that I have been carrying from childhood to 34. I do not have to carry it forward. And so I'm just sitting here like, how flippin' blessed to be in a home that's safe, to be with, to have beings that love me. My cats love me. My kid loves me. To have a nervous system that's settled so that I can stay in my body and I can stay present and I can be regulated. And even when I spiral, I come back because I now am better equipped. Like, this is all good. And I know that the enemy desired to sift me as wheat. I know that. I'm not. I know that. But I also know I'm covered in prayers and love by the blood. And this season wasn't a breaking as I thought it was. It was a reset. Because I had experienced burnout. That's what happened. And the whole foundation of how I've done things in my own strength and my hyper independence, that all had to crumble so I could learn trust, interdependence, so I could learn community, so I could learn humility, so I could learn how to let go of the weights. And I still got learning to do. Yeah, sometimes this is like a moment by moment, day by day thing. But the mandate that I am under has been so good for me. It's been good for me. And even the electronics breaking, which I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm not gonna lie. I did not respond well in my mind. I was like, what is happening? Even that is for my good and for my kids' good. Because we gotta learn how to be in quiet. We gotta learn how to connect. We gotta learn how to play. We gotta learn how to get fresh air and sunshine. We gotta learn how to be. And it is for our good.